let's go get some coffee. Oh, seatbelt. Let's put my phone on silent. Or let's make it ring. Growing up, I was part of a big family. I'm one of 8 kids. We grew up on an awesome little farm south of Nashville, and my dad was and still is a musician. We had a average sized house, and with all the kids, there were constant messes everywhere. My mom did a great job keeping it really clean in our house, especially in the beginning. Like, she was scrubbing and washing and cleaning. Me and my kids are all getting over some sort of sickness. I'm on a Z-Pack. When I was about 10 years old, I remember my mom implementing a rule though. Never step over a mess.
Hey honey.
Hi.
Hold on just a second, I want to check up on you guys. Anyway, okay, well we can connect somehow. I'm not a good phone caller, it's more text free. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine. You're on a vlog, on a YouTube video right now. Why? A rule like this in a family as big as ours, if you stepped over a mess, it means someone else had to clean up the mess behind you. No, I was actually calling to talk to you, but you didn't answer, so I called Dad, and now I'm on the phone.
Because my phone is at home, honey.
And with so many kids that all had an opinion, there was no way that we could spend time like litigating whose mess was whose and whose shoes were whose. That rhymed.
I'm homeless today. It's so nice.
Can you hear me through this?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
We ended up having to clean up just any mess we were stepping over. See, my dad would travel during the weekends, like right up until Sunday. He would be home Saturday night late.
Let me have the phone 1 second though, Joe. I need to unlock my truck with it.
You guys being good at using tech is a little bit scary.
I know, your dad is using...
You're unlocking your car, your truck with your phone?
My app. Yeah.
We'd come back in really, really tired, but in time to tuck us in for bed on Saturday night, most often.
Just unlocked it.
With my app.
Let me do this.
That is something that boomers say about apps that like younger people don't. I do it with my app. It's mine.
My app.
This is my app.
Joe app. It's my app.
It's my app. My mom began to notice, like, we would see the truck lights come into the driveway late at night, but it would take him a while to get up to our room as my dad was entering our basement door and coming up from the basement, up the stairs to the first level in the kitchen, and then from the kitchen all the way around to the stairs to come up to the 3rd floor where our room was. Oh man, I'm gonna miss my turn. That was creative traffic maneuver. She noticed that he was taking a long time to get up, and it was because as soon as my dad walked in the door, there'd be shoes next to the door and piles of toys in the basement where we did a lot of play. Instead of stepping over messes, after a long week of singing and entertaining people and sharing the love of Jesus through song, he was stuck cleaning up a mess. I'm making a quick vlog. It's about how Mom used to say when we were younger, if you find a mess, it's your mess. Specifically, I think she would say, we don't step over messes.
That's a good word. We don't step over messes.
Yeah, so I was gonna talk to Mom about that and not your armpit. If I could talk to Mom.
Okay, here it is. Mom.
Okay, honey, what are we doing, an interview?
It's not really an interview. It's just, do you remember the first time where you would say, we don't step over messes? I remember you saying this when you were younger, like all the time.
Like clean it up, like don't step over? That would have been inspired by your father because he came in the house, in the basement, and he was, gone for the weekend, and he would be bending over picking up y'all's toys. And I was like, what an example. You don't step over the mess, you pick it up on the way up the steps, you pick up the bundle, remember the baskets on the steps? Like, you don't leave stuff down there.
So my mom took that and took it as inspiration for me and my brothers and said, we aren't gonna step over messes. I will say this, it didn't always stay clean. My brothers, to varying degrees, picked up on that rule and ran with it, and some didn't. But it really affected me. It carried through with me to the next phase of my life. That sunk into my being, I think, a little more deeply than I thought. I'm recording it because what I realized when I was in school, as I was studying to be a pastor, I was ignoring a mess. Boom. Fast forward to the middle of college, like junior year, and I was actually coming to a place where this saying, Penrods don't step over messes, came ringing back into my ears. I was studying at Liberty University to be a pastor, and I was loving it. I still love it. I love working with Christians, and I love church, and I love my Christian friends, and I think that I studied the right thing. But as I was finishing my degree, I was facing some unavoidable truths, which were basically this. The church in America is not advancing, it's shrinking. This is a hard reality because that's my team. I love Christians. I love the kingdom of God. And I thought I didn't see a very compelling way that my degree path was going to answer that problem. And it mattered to me a lot. Problem number 2, the people not coming to church were mostly young people. They weren't coming to church, and they weren't talking to Christians, and they were definitely not consulting the Bible to solve the biggest problems in their life. It was difficult to watch, and I saw several of my friends really floundering. A couple of them actually went on to become atheists. That's a big problem. We need to talk about atheism, and we need to talk about the fact that students and young people, 7 out of 10 of them will leave their faith. Another factor was this. I personally love talking to people and love sharing my faith. My beautiful fiance at the time, now my wife, Caitlin, and I sat all over campus talking. In my senior year, we realized that we could not look at the state of the world that we were entering, of ministry, and avoid it. So we began praying that direction. We didn't really know what we were going to do. We just knew that we wanted to be a part of cleaning up the mess that we'd found, not entering simply into what made sense and what was safe. Even though, of course, it's important to be pastors, and it's important to have youth pastors, and it's important to have church, we just knew that this was not our calling. So we waited on the Lord, and wouldn't you know it, He answered.
Yeah, that's just a really good word in general, because if you do step over the mess, then what your dad pointed out to me, and I didn't really realize it in myself, was that that's selfish. Like, it's selfish to step over the mess and just keep doing what you're doing, you know?
So fast forward another 5 years, and Caitlin and I are in the thick of the mess, trying our best to help clean it up with incredible ministers across the United States and the world on college campuses. Students are the most critical group to reach in the entire US. There's never been a time like it in history where there's been so many people the same age in one place at the same time asking the same question, which is this: what do I do with my life? Caitlin and I get to bring the gospel to students in the form of a gospel presentation that's been on over 100 campuses in the United States and the world. And we're just getting started. So don't step over any more messes, and don't forget to like and subscribe to come along with us on the journey. God bless. Be good. Peace.
This is a podcast, so they can't see me. Nobody can see me right now, right?
No, they can see you. I'm screen recording a FaceTime call, so they're gonna see you, but you look cute, Mom. You got your master's hat on.
Who is this? Who's gonna watch this? What is this?
I don't know. It's part of putting things on YouTube. It's important.
I don't know. It's part of being a part of YouTube.
I love you, and I'm thankful for the call. We'll talk soon. Okay.
Okay, love you.
Bye.
Bye.